Guys, in this video we've got this brand new crawler from RGT and it has got a huge amount of features. I mean it when I say that. It has got loads of stuff. If you think of every single crawler that's out there and the stuff that some of them do, this has pretty much got all of that. There's some details on the box that tells you everything. As we get out of the box, I will list it all off for you. I can't get it out of the box. It is four-wheel drive, obviously, being a crawler. Not only four-wheel drive, you can also select two-wheel drive. So just your front wheels, we'll talk about that in a bit. It's also got a dig function on it, which means it locks the rear wheels and allows the front wheels to turn, giving you a really tight turn. It's got a two-speed transmission, high and low gears. It has also got portal axles, which gives you a bit more clearance under the axles. It's got all metal gears, not just metal gears in the gearbox, but all metal gears in the portals and the diff. Nice soft tyres. It's got LED lights. And it's got a winch, but the winch isn't at the front, it's on the back. 360-degree servo operated winch. Ball bearings all over it, and it has got an 8-channel transmitter. So there's most of the things. Let's have a look at it in a bit more detail. Now, there is a reason I chose the yellow. It does also come in a green and a red, but I chose a yellow because of the design of this. You could 100%, with a little bit of work and maybe with a few 3D printed parts and stuff, you could make this into the world's largest wrecker. Anyway, this thing's called the Challenger. It's the EX86170 from RGT. It does look really nice. Some nice scale parts on the back there. Got a sway bar as well. We'll be able to have a look at that when I take the body off. I think the body is just, oh, turns like that, does it? Oh man, that is good. You just turn that like that and the body comes up. That is awesome. No pointer today, it is holding up the body. So big old receiver there, 35 turn 550 motor, axle mounted servo, waterproof. It's got a 1060 ESC. I'd like to have seen a 1080 in this. They're not a massive, I'm sure they're not a massive difference in price, but whoa, but still not bad for an RTR. But there's your two-speed box with all your metal gears in there. These are quite loud. It's because all the gears are metal. The FTX and the RGTs, the transmissions are quite loud, and the ones I've looked at, I've got grease in them. They're just loud. Adjustable battery tray there. Doesn't come with a battery. Plenty of shock positions at the back there for you. Like I mentioned, it has got sway bars. It's a nice little feature. There's your 360 winch there. Goes through a little metal pipe. Let's put that in there. And now we can have the pointer. So it goes through a metal pipe up there. There's your servos, which will be for your two-speed transmission and for your dig and your selectable drive function. Comes with 6.6% front overdrive out of the box, which means the front wheels turn a little bit quicker than the rear. And I think that's about that. Nice to see a body that's been backed in a bit of silver, just so it pops a little bit more. Right, I think my camera's finally given up the ghost. Switched my phone just for the last few bits. So you get some stickers, you get the instructions, you get some stickers as well. Stick it on the bed there for a wood effect. 4-link suspension set up underneath. Reverse drive, so that drive shaft spins the opposite way to that one. It reduces torque twist. This doesn't have remote locking diffs. That's the only feature it's missing. So it's got dual rate springs there. I think they're called dual rate springs. There's your portal with what looks like a nice metal hex. And my camera's working again. I am disappointed to see there's no grease. No grease in the portals. Well, we better get some in there before we go anywhere. It's a bit wet and muddy out there today. So put lithium grease in all the portals. Did take the diff covers off as well, and although there was a bit of grease in there, wasn't a great deal. So I cleaned up as much as I could and threw some lithium grease in there as well. The diff covers are actually they're quite a heavy metal. They're not brass, but they're quite heavy. Anyway, switched on. I had to rebind it. It wasn't bound, so it took me a couple of attempts to get it bound, but it's all good now. 8 channels, really good detailed set of instructions. Tells you what all the channels do. Them dip switches are basically the reverse channel for all the 8 on there. This one's for your winch. So winch out and then winch in. It feels quite good actually. You've got 2 channels here. That one's not used. This one is for that front light. So you can have it like that or flashing. You've got some nice yellow lights on the front there. And then it's little party tricks. So we are in 4-wheel drive. Switch to the middle position. That should now be front wheel drive only with the freewheeling rear wheels. And then switch all the way back. So you can turn the wheels and the dig. We'll keep the rear locked. Can't see it up here. Dig function. Put it all the way forward, reverse a touch, and now 4-wheel drive again. And then this one is low and high speed, so low speed, high speed. I'm going to put the stickers on and we're going to go and give this thing a run. High gear is jogging pace, not walking. Low gear's about walking pace, perfect. It looks really nice going along this thing. And we got a driver in there as well. You should always add a driver if you can. Just adds a bit of realism to it. I'm sure I have no problem around these little bits. Looks like someone's already been here, look. Let's see if we can do this. It's a steep angle. I think we need maybe another rock or two out there. Not like that. Alright, that's what I wanted to do, that. First of all, is it going to climb? I think so, yep. So this is a perfect example of why you'd want to use dig. So we can't really turn around there, but I reckon if we go back just so the wheel's on the back there, switch to dig, let's see what happens. There you go. Perfect. Ooh. Nice. This is actually pretty quiet. It's not as noisy as I thought it was going to be. So it's a bit wet and cold today, but here's another. This isn't going to be using dig. This is going to be using front wheel drive. Now, being such a light rig, it's just going to slip, as you can see, like that. But what the one-to-ones do, obviously a little bit heavier, a bit more traction. Doing that warms the tyres up. And if you've ever seen some one-to-one crawling, it lays a little bit of rubber down as well. And then you'll switch it back to four-wheel drive and it helps climb up. That worked well, didn't it? Whether that function's going to be worthwhile on this, I don't know, but it's cool to have it. Waterproof electronics, most of the stuff's waterproof. If you start submerging stuff in water though, it is going to probably cause you some issues, because water gets absolutely everywhere. Usually it's the receiver that suffers. ESCs and motors and batteries are fine. I love this space. The terrain's always changing as we go through the different seasons and stuff. Yeah. Oh, no. Now we're stuck. There we go. Come on. Nice bit of flex. Lovely. These knockoff Hyrax tyres are actually pretty good in this sort of soft, wet terrain. The Fury V2 has them, and that didn't really struggle on this bit either. Bit of dig. Oh, he's done it. Oh, do you think we need to use it again? No, too slippery. Not sure you can see how steep this is, but it is a very steep. That is a nice shot. Gets a thumbs up from me, this thing.